Margaret, we're live.
We're live.
Welcome, Margaret Swinchoski.
Almost.
Okay, do it again.
Swinchoski.
Swin.
Swin.
There's
no C in there.
Oh.
Swinchoski.
Yeah. Swinchoski. That's a tough one.
I have to tell people that, teach people that, all the time. Thanks, Dad.
Yeah. So great to see you.
To see you.
Yeah. I don't remember when was last time I was with you. That was probably in one of your annual July 4th barbecue, right?
Yeah. The last one we had was in 2019 before COVID.
Yes.
Moved.
Yeah.
The last time we talked was just you and me was in the summer after we had moved to Delaware.
Right. So tell me a little bit about Delaware. Like, are you gonna have a July 4th party?
We haven't even talked about it yet. One of the things that's happening is the trio that I play with, the Palisades Virtuosi, we're actually playing in Reno on the 30th, and I come back, I think, on the 2nd. So it's a little tight. I don't know if I'm going to throw a party. But we did have a small gathering here for Memorial Day. A group of friends that I've met. I've been very fortunate with friends I've met down here. I met a whole circle of friends doing my ice skating stuff. And then I met a whole circle of friends through the bed and breakfast that we had stayed at. They do croquet every Sunday afternoon. So I've been playing croquet with a bunch of people, and I invited some of them over to our house for Memorial Day.
That's nice. Yeah. So how is the whole migration experience? Tell us a little bit.
Let's put it this way. My car is not even 5.5 years old, and I have 140,000 miles on it.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm driving a lot. I'm back and forth a lot. I'm still working in New York, New Jersey, and I'm working in Delaware. And so there's a lot of back and forth. We're in our home now for just about 8 months we've been in, and it took 14 months to build the place, and it was, it just took forever. But I love it. I'm really, really happy. I have my own studio. I have my space, and things are going great down here. And
wow,
home too.
Did you do a lot of research before you decide to pick Delaware, pick this place?
My husband, through a coworker, found out about the low tax rates and the reasonable priced properties and such down here. And we did a lot of research before we purchased. I spent a couple of years looking for land, and I wanted to have water. So we ended up with 2.5 acres on a pond. And it's really great. I love it.
Wow. I can't wait to visit you.
You'll have to come down and visit for sure.
Yeah. So I am talking to Margaret, who is a flutist, who is a concert flutist, also plays Broadway shows sometimes, and also manages a trio, piano, clarinet, flutist trio. And so you wear a lot of hats. You're a musician, your mom, your manager, your publicist, your social media promoter, or everything in between. So tell us a little bit about how now you are moving to Delaware from New Jersey, which the New Jersey place, it was about 10, 15 minutes from New York City. And how do you manage all these things, still keep, your music going on while you're not in New York area?
Well, you look around for opportunities. I mean, and one of the things that I've done down here is I'm now employed by the Music School of Delaware. I'm teaching private lessons. They have a school right here in Milford, which is my new hometown. And I love it. They call it the art hometown. They have art leagues and galleries. It's just a wonderful small town, but it's I just love it here. Anyways, there's a branch of the Music School of Delaware right downtown. So now I'm employed there teaching flute lessons, and I also found a harpist, and we started a duo Dolce. And we've been concertizing this spring. So I'm making my own opportunities, and it's been great. Still commuting back up for rehearsals with PV, with Palisades Virtuosi. They're actually coming down next week for 2 days, and we'll do like an intensive. We did this in March, and then I go up. Most of the time it's me going up because it's easier for me to get in the car and go up there than it is for both of them to clear their schedules for 2 days to come down. But they have come down once, and they're coming down again next week. And that allows us, actually, it's really wonderful because it allows us to have, hours to rehearse. When I go up there, it's like we have a 2.5 or 3 hour rehearsal, and then I'm driving home. So 6 hours in the car for 3 hour rehearsal, but boom, this will enable us to have some time to actually meet and discuss our plans and talk about what we want to do, because this is a very big year. I know we're kind of getting off into Palisades Virtuosi right away, and the last time I was on was with them a year ago when we did our CD.
Right. So tell us a little bit, for those of us do not know who is Palisades Virtuoso, tell us a little bit about your group, and that's kind of your baby,
It is. We started, we're founding members, the three of us. It's Ron Levy, piano, Don McCrinsky, clarinet, and myself on flute. And we've been together. We are celebrating our 20th anniversary this year. So it's a big year. We are actually doing it with a recital this fall in Carnegie Recital Hall. It's on November 29th at 7:30 in the evening. It's a Tuesday evening. It's as close to our 20th anniversary as we could get. The actual date of the very first concert we played was November 30th, 2002. So this is going to be November 29th, 2022. So we're very excited about that. We're going to be doing some great repertoire on that program. And then in addition to that, we are actually going down to the International Clarinet Fest in Reno. And we've been engaged to perform a recital there, which we're doing some of our commissioned works, and that's really our claim to fame, is that we've been commissioning new music since the beginning. We did 2 programs when we got together, and it was like, okay, where's the rest of the repertoire? And there really wasn't much repertoire other than a handful of pieces. So we started commissioning, and now we have almost 95 pieces of music that we're
my goodness. Wow.
We're encroaching on 100. We're getting really, really close to it. But we've been partnering also with the Composers Guild of New Jersey. They've just sponsored a second piece that we'll be commissioning, and that is commissioned and will be premiering this fall too. Actually, I think it's in the spring, premiering that piece. So, we're just trying to reach out to as many connections as we can to help fund us. And we're really, really thrilled that we were able to create a season during this pandemic year. Obviously, we were down for the count from 20 to 21, but we started in the fall. Last fall, we did an all Beethoven concert. Actually, half Beethoven and half our composers. We did early, middle, late Beethoven, and then we did a piece by a young composer, a piece by a middle-aged composer, and a piece by an older composer. So it was kind of like our little thing that we did, and it was very well received. We live streamed it, so that was the first time we'd ever done anything like that. And we had maybe 25 people in the audience, which is not a lot for pandemic times, and for everything, we were pretty happy with it. And then we did a concert at the holidays where we actually brought in players to do the Poulenc Sextet, which was a lot of fun. And then we premiered another new piece on the front half of that program. And then we just did our Global Warning concert that was scheduled for March 29th, 2020. Finally got off on March 27th, 2022. And that was at the Hackback in Hackensack, which is a really nice performing arts center. And we premiered a piece by Rufus Reed, who's actually a jazz bass player. He lives right in Bergen County, Teaneck. And very cool piece called Harness the Winds. So all the pieces on this program were kind of like trying to bring awareness to issues that our planet is facing and to possible solutions that we could, harness the winds. And so some of the pieces that we have, I have a couple of videos that you can queue up whenever you want to do those. But in the fall, we premiered a piece by a wonderful composer, James Caan, who very sadly passed away
Yeah, I know James.
in June. He died almost exactly a year ago.
Mm.
Almost exactly a year ago from this
He's
moment.
90 something, right?
He was 94.
Yeah.
So, and he had written a trio for us, and we had, we weren't able to premiere it because of COVID. So what we actually did, his wife said it was just getting near the end, and, is there any way we could, get a recording of it to him? We got together. It was the first time we had seen each other. We'd been kind of rehearsing over, sending tracks back and forth. And we got together and we rehearsed it, and did a video recording of it, sent it to her the next night. That was on Monday. And he heard it that night. He got to hear it. She said he actually clapped. She said that was the last time he moved his hands. And he passed away about 3 days later.
Wow.
To hear the piece.
Wow.
So that was really glad that we did that. And so I have a little clip from that video. I don't know if you want to.
Should we play that?
Sure. Why don't we go?
Okay. So let me find that James Cohen. Okay.
It's delightful. It's really delightful. And when people think of new music for flute, clarinet, and piano, they kind of go, oh, woodwinds, 21st century music for woodwinds. That's like going to be crunchy or not easy to listen to. But the majority of the composers that we've been commissioning are they're writing in a much more approachable style nowadays.
Yeah. Yeah. See, let's see. How am I going to bring this to, let me just check. StreamYard, I think, has changed a little bit. Live, let me see. This is, I think, has changed a little bit. Live, let me, that's not it. That's not it. So hold on 1 second. Yeah, keep talking. So tell me a little bit about how unusual it is that a chamber music group is made of flute, piano, and clarinet. Are there a lot of repertoire? A lot of a classical composer wrote for your combination?
No. That's why we started commissioning. And there weren't even a lot of groups. There was one group, Michael Webster, Leon Weise, and a pianist that they had started. But it's, it's just not a common combination. But now there's several groups that have that configuration. And, we've contributed almost 100 new pieces of music. So
wow, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So here we go. Tell us just a little bit before we listen. This is a James Cohen.
It's an excerpt. It's an excerpt. So the piece is actually about 10 minutes long. This is like the last 3 minutes of it. There's a kind of a waltz section, and then it evolves back into the section that is more march-like, and it's about 3 minutes long.
Great.
Can you expand it?
Nice.
It's
Very
a
nice.
very cool piece. He's a wonderful composer, just really imaginative and very lyrical. And
Mhm.
it's very chamber music too. Like even Ron commented like how the parts in the left hand and the right hand were like two individual instruments having like contrapuntal
Mhm.
music between them, and then so it's almost like a quartet in a way. It's like
Yeah.
four instruments. So
Right.
yeah, it's a
Right.
cool piece. So we're actually performing that at the end of this month at the International Clarinet Fest. So
Mm. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Now, rewind back a little bit. I wanted to know a little bit about your background. Like, where were you born and how you became a musician?
I was born into a family of musicians. My dad and my mom both played violin. I was born in Montana,
Oh,
way out west, not that
yeah,
right over the border of Montana,
yeah, yeah.
kind of eastern Montana. We lived there until I was about almost 4. We moved to Wisconsin, and then we ended up in Vermont, where I spent most of the rest of my life from when I was 6 until I graduated college. My dad was a music professor and music teacher. He was like following jobs across the states until he landed one he wanted to keep. And so he was a music professor at Johnson State College up in Johnson, Vermont. So I was very fortunate to live home and go to school for 4.5 years and get 2 degrees, one in ed and one in education and one in performance. And then I came to New York to do my master's degree, which I did at Queens College and studied with Tom Nyfanger there.
Wow, wow, that's wonderful. What instrument did your dad play? Does he play?
Violin and viola, actually.
Oh, awesome!
And my mom too, violin.
Wow.
We actually met in St. Joe, Missouri,
Mhm.
in the St. Joe, Missouri Civic Orchestra.
Wow. Wow, that's awesome. So what is your turning point? Become a professional musician? Like, you move from Vermont, eventually landed in, I guess, New Jersey, New York. And how did that whole transition uh,
At
happen?
graduate school, I mean, I had an ed degree. I could have stepped into a job at that point in time. There was a job opening. I had ended up substituting the end of the school year from when I finished my classes in like in December, and then I was going to graduate in May. And
Mm,
I spent the spring semester, the extra semester, just doing graduate school auditions and all of that because I knew I wanted to go to New York. That's
mm,
really what I wanted to do. I could have stayed in Vermont and taught school, but that just wasn't where my first love, is to
mhm,
perform, to be
mhm,
on the stage and to communicate music through the flute.
mm.
Uh, and so I did my graduate school, and then of course it's just kind of a natural thing, once you're in New York, you're kind of there, and you
Yeah.
start making connections, and so I just developed my whole career from there. And then I moved to New Jersey, but that was because I got married and moved out, into an actual house. I'm very
Yeah.
well above my station in life.
Yeah, yeah,
Time.
yeah.
Um,
So,
so we, but 15 minutes to the Upper West Side. I mean, it's not far.
mhm.
So I was in and out of New York all the time, and I still am performing. The New York Gilbert Sullivan Players. I'm principal flute with that orchestra. We almost had a season. We had one performance in the fall. The Christmas one, the holiday run, got canceled because of Omicron. But we came back in April and we did a whole run of Pirates of Penzance. And that went well. And they're actually doing a live stream, and you can write this down. It's nygasp.org. There's a link on there for a free stream of Pirates of Penzance. So that's going to happen on the 26th of this month.
Mhm.
26th.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. And I love playing with that. And it's just so much fun. The cast is phenomenal. They are fantastic singers. And the orchestra is great. And we just have a great time. I spend half my time laughing because they're so funny.
And sometimes you sub for Broadway show?
Yes, I've been on the sub list for Phantom of the Opera since 1990.
Mm,
Yeah,
wow.
a long time.
Yeah.
32 years. COVID has been, there were everything was shut down for 18 months. Came back this year. I haven't been back to sub yet, but I'm hoping to soon. I enjoy it. It's a nice group of people there.
For those of people, they don't understand the dynamics of a subbing for Broadway show. Can you give us a little bit inside edition of how to become a sub?
Well, you just play the flute, your options are pretty limited. I'm not sure how many shows there are now on Broadway that have only a solo flute book, but not very many, 2 or 3. I just happened to be connected into that one show. Early on, I subbed at Les Mis. I subbed at Sunset Boulevard. Those are really the only 3 shows that I've done extensively on. You have to know the flute player, whoever's playing the chair that you want to sub in. That's the person that you hope to get connected with, and in whatever way you can. And if they really like you and they have room on their sub list, they might ask you to come in and sit and watch the book, which of course you're not paid for. You just come in and watch it. And then you'll be called into sub and see whether, if you fit in, because you may not fit in, or things may not go well that night, or you may not have practiced enough. But generally, things go pretty smoothly. And then once you're on the list, it just really depends on how much the person who has the job takes off and how much they need. Some players, technically, in order to hold a chair in a Broadway pit, you only have to be there 50% of the time, which means you could play 4 shows and hold a show and be employing all of your colleagues for 4 shows a week too. So, you can be that person, or you can be the person who, wants to do that for your job. And wants to make the money and needs to make the money, because everything in New York is incredibly expensive, as it is everywhere now, but even more so there. And and then you work more shows. It just depends on the player and how many shows they want to work, and whether they have time that they can take off.
Yeah, interesting. And I would imagine during COVID, this is the area is hit really badly because all the shows closed.
They estimate, I think, 12 million musicians were out of work.
Oh my God.
Across the country.
Yeah.
I know I was one of them, and I was thankful as all get out that the timing of the shows I had done in the previous 18 months before the pandemic allowed me to collect the employment insurance, while I was, on unemployment. I'd never in my life taken unemployment ever. And so I didn't feel too guilty taking it.
Yeah.
Feel guilty.
Yeah.
Something, if I'm surviving, I want to leave that there for the people that, really that can't survive without it. But it came in handy because obviously our whole income took a hit because my husband retired.
Yeah.
So he wasn't making the money.
Yeah.
And then I wasn't making the money I was counting on making, and we were moving, and there was a house and all these expenses. So it really, I was very, very grateful for that employment for the period of time that it lasted.
So your husband Michael is also in a show business?
Not now. He's retired.
He was.
He was a Broadway stagehand for 45 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
45 years. Oh my God. That's a long time.
The last 17 of them, he was flying the Good Witch at Wicked.
Yeah. Wow. Did you see Wicked more than one time?
I saw it a couple times in the beginning, and then we hadn't seen it in years and years. And right at the beginning of 2020, I told Mike, I said, you're going to retire. I really want to see the show again. So we take the girls in January 2020 to see it again.
Yeah.
Great show.
Yeah. I have to confess, I haven't seen it yet. I want to see it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I want to see it. So yeah. And so how is that's a little off the subject. How is a life retirement? Like is Mike really enjoy not going to work?
Oh yeah. 45 years of commuting into Manhattan 6 days a week. He was done. He has come back to Manhattan. Thank you. He doesn't plan to go back. I'm hoping to coax him into coming to our Carnegie concert.
Yeah.
That's one thing I'm hoping to do. I think he will.
November when?
November 29th.
Okay. November 29th. Okay.
Tuesday evening at 7:30.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You're gonna tell us again and again.
Well, maybe maybe in the body of this, once it's on YouTube, we can just put a bunch of links in there. People can
Yeah, no, we should put the links there about that event. Yeah, definitely. So should we play some excerpts?
Okay, yeah, let me
Which
tell
one?
you, the next one that we have is actually this wonderful composer and friend, Adrian Albert, wrote a piece called Global Warming
Mhm.
for French horn and piano. And when we had this concert coming up 2 years ago, Ron approached her about rewriting it so that two of the movements would be for flute and two of the movements would be for clarinet. And the movement I'm going to play for you, that we're going to play for you now, is called Ice Melting, and it's on the alto flute. And she's just a wonderful composer. I think you'll enjoy her harmonies and her lyricism.
I love alto flute.
Yeah, the alto flute is
Yeah. Okay. Do you see that? No. Yeah. You see it?
Yes. Now we're going to skip into 19 minutes and
19. Okay.
19 minutes and 50 seconds.
Oh, okay. 19 minutes. Okay, 48. Okay, close enough. Ice melting.
Ice melting.
That's beautiful.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that's beautiful.
That was part of one of the other things we did this year we had never done before was that an actual video taped concert for the Bronx Community College. They had a concert series, a virtual concert series that they do.
Mm-hmm.
And we did that piece. We did the whole, actually we did excerpts from the global warming concert that we did, including that movement. And one of the other movements was temperature rising. And it was a lot of fun to do that. We hadn't ever done. It was weird too, because I'm so used to talking to people and talking to audiences. And right now I'm talking to you and I feel totally fine. But when you're standing in front of a camera and you're just kind of talking about the program, it's like all these things are very awkward. Like, I want to talk to people. I want the audience here. But whatever, it was the way it was for that particular event, and that was it was an experience. It was good. It's a good experience.
So it's very it's very interesting to me that how you hold Palisade Virtuoso together for so many years, 20 years almost. And do you have any tips for people who wanting to have a professional chamber ensemble together? What are the three most important thing, or three things to make you successful of holding this group together? Because this, it's not easy, it's not like you have organization there's money there, you can pay your musicians and to rehearse, to perform, and to, it's like a lot of time I would say you play concert, you don't really have enough money coming in, but you still keep doing it.
Well, we do fundraisers. We do, and we've done how many albums? 8 albums now. And they're all done through, either through a Kickstarter kind of campaign. The money for funding our season comes from a variety of sources, but it's generally, we are paid to perform our concerts. In the beginning, we weren't. You've got to be prepared to keep, if it's something that you really believe in and you think belongs on the stage, and you have the passion for it, you're not going to get paid for I think we were in existence for 5-6 years before we started taking a salary from the concerts, and we don't get paid a lot. It's certainly not, if we counted up the hours, it's nowhere near a union scale, but chamber music, and you get to do that, and it's like I'm always happy, and we go out and we get an outside gigs will help, like if we work really hard on one concert, we feel like, okay, well, we didn't make very much money on that, but now we do 3 more of the same program, now you're starting to make the money back a little bit. But that takes a long time. So perseverance, patience, and keeping in communication is really, I would say that those are the 3: patience, perseverance, and communication. You have to communicate with the people that you're working with at all times. And that's sometimes it is more difficult now, because I am not around the corner from Ron anymore. Rehearsals are harder. We have to plan ahead. I have to drive 3 hours. He can't call me 2 hours before a rehearsal or an hour before saying I'm not feeling good, because I'm already almost there.
No cancellation.
That is the hardest part now. But to anyone who's starting out, I would say those are the 3: perseverance, patience, and communication. Make sure you're on the same page with the people you're working with, and finding that common space where you are all motivated to make it happen. Like us, Carnegie Hall is not cheap to rent. We were fortunate to have a sponsor who's given us a good chunk of it, but we felt that it was something that we really wanted to put our efforts in, and that 20 years is really something to celebrate. So for us, it's worth, we don't know. It depends on how many tickets we sell. Maybe we'll get paid.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll hope to cover our expenses and maybe have a little something extra.
Right. Carnegie Hall is a little tricky. If you want to record a video,
no,
it's
you
difficult.
Can't record. You can't not.
It's a lot of money, right?
No, you would never be able to. I'm going to sell my album from Carnegie Hall. Yeah, I got $200,000 to throw.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
It's not going to happen.
They charge so much money. You can have them record audio, video record for you, but that's probably another $3,000 or $5,000.
I know. It's
ridiculous.
Why? Because they're afraid you're going to sell it.
I think it's it is the brand. The brand is not letting you use their name.
But there should not be, other than a nominal fee, there really shouldn't be a charge to just have an archival recording. Nonprofit organizations exist on their ability to use their recordings for grant and funding purposes, and to not be able to say, here's our marquee event, and you don't hear a note unless you bought a ticket. We should contest.
we should protest and contest. Carnegie Hall, you should let musicians to record their concerts.
I don't know. I know Ron did a performance there in 2013, and he has an archival recording of it. So I think there's a fee you can pay to get the archival done.
Even archival is $3,000, $5,000.
Part of it, you would be like in jail, I think.
But I think you can take pictures. They let you take pictures. Because I've been a photographer for the event. They like I'll come and then I'll just take picture with my iPhone. I don't give a crap. No, they didn't hear me. But anyway, so it's amazing. I've heard you guys so many times, and it's like you really have this very good chemistry between you, and yet you three of you have such different personalities.
Actually, a funny story. One of our composers, and I think you were there for that concert, Joe Turin. He wrote a piece for us. This was more than 10 years ago. 5 movements. Outer movements were for the trio. The inner movements, one was a piano solo, one was clarinet and piano, and one was flute and piano. So he wrote to our personalities. So Ron's movement was very kind of quirky and very, very distinct, kind of a little Prokofiev-y, kind of odd harmonies every now and then. It just kind of sounded like Ron.
Right.
And Don's movement was this, oh my God, gorgeous, beautiful line, sustained. This is beautiful clarinet player, just gorgeous. Mine was like a hamster on a wheel. From the beginning to the end. Not stop. I had one spot where I had a half note.
That's pretty funny.
He sees me running around doing all this.
Right. You're the engine.
It was pretty funny though. It's a great piece, by the way.
Wow, that's wonderful. There's always someone, in a quartet. I run a trio for 10 years. That's why I also have, some experience of like you, not as long as you are. There's always one person is doing more, and has to run the show, right? Because it's a self-sustained organization.
We do have a board of directors, and thank God, because now.
Oh, so you're like a 503C.
Yeah, 501C.
501, whatever.
Long time. We did that early on. We have a board of directors who help to an extent, and we have one member of the board who's just really, really helpful with the treasury stuff. He's doing all the checks and everything, thank God, because I was doing that for a very long time, and that was exhausting and time consuming, and I'm so thankful I'm not doing that anymore. And we have a publicist who does a lot of the social media stuff now. I do still run the website, and try to keep it updated as much as possible. anyways, it's we just keep it going, and
Mhm.
the guys are not computer savvy, so
I
I
see.
doing all the
Oh,
stuff.
Ron hates social media.
Oh, one of them are on Facebook. One of them are on Facebook.
No?
Spouses are, but not them.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
But it
Yeah.
is what it is, and I love them dearly. Where I
Yeah,
think
yeah. I
the
know, I know.
biggest
Yeah.
secret to it is that we're just really good friends.
Yeah, I'm showing your website now.
Yes, that's the schedule page, and you can see
Uh-huh.
that and see
Nice.
the
That's very nice. Yeah. And it's a home, and then you have your schedule,
yep.
and you
This is the
guys.
program we're doing
Yeah.
at the International Clarinet Fest at the end of the
Yeah.
month. And then save the
Awesome.
date, Carnegie Hall in the fall.
Yeah.
And so that's
Yeah. That's videos.
yes, there's videos
Oh,
there.
oh, this one is not available.
I'll have to check that.
Hey, I did this one, I think.
You did that one, that's yours.
That's a great one. Let's see if I can hear it. I did this. Can you hear? What happened?
It's buffering. I don't know.
Oh, sometimes.
It goes on and on.
That's wonderful. Yeah, this is a little bit atonal, huh? This is all the clashy,
There's
like intervals.
actually that taping is from the premiere of the piece.
Yeah.
And we found out later that a couple of those clashes weren't supposed to be there.
What do you mean?
It was
Wrong notation?
a typo in the part. And
yeah?
we assumed that it was right. It wasn't.
That's funny.
So in the actual recording of it, I think we recorded that on volume 6 of our new
Oh,
master. So
yeah.
you'll hear the right notes.
I want to say hello to Mary. Hi, Mary. We have some audience here, and yeah, some people don't write on the comment, but Mary. Hi, Mary. Mary Reck is your friend.
Yes, she's my friend.
Yay! Yeah. So anyway, if you guys at the audience, if you have any questions, you can write in the chat, and so for Margaret. Now, Margaret, I wanted to talk about a little bit about how did you and I met?
Well, it's funny because you would think that we met on a gig somewhere, right?
Yeah.
But no, we had a mutual friend, a very dear friend, Ruth Cayley. My other life, I'm a figure skater. And
yes.
Ruth Cayley was a figure skating judge, and she and I'm also a judge. So we met doing some judging things, and we really hit it off. And she became one of my dearest friends, part of my children's life from the very beginning they were born. She very sadly passed away 8 years ago, and she's still greatly missed, but she had become friends with Ching, and that's how Ching and I became acquainted.
Yeah, that's amazing.
We're ice skating. Who knew?
Yeah, and when I first arrived in New York 23 years ago, I got a job teaching music in Stony Brook School District. and I went to there. The first class I went to demonstrate. I played the cheesy piece, the Titanic. Yeah, on my violin, and try to teach students, like to get their interested in music. So I think Ruth at the other room, she was a gifted teacher
Yeah.
for that school district, and she came to me, and we became friendly, and then ever since then we became really close. That was 23 years ago. Gosh.
I've known her for a long time. I knew her from.
Yeah. And then she kept saying, "Oh, you should meet Margaret. You should meet Margaret. It's
Oh, she kept saying,
This Margaret." Yeah. Yeah. Finally, and she showed me a lot of your CDs, and so finally I think we met, finally.
Yep.
But anyway, small world.
Yeah, it's a small world.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about, are you still doing skating?
I am. It's been really, really hard because I injured my knee last year and I had surgery a year ago, and I was off the ice for like 8 months last year. I came back in the fall, and still not very strong and not very good. And then in January, I fell on it.
You did?
Yeah. So then I was off for another 6 weeks. And then I very stupidly and bravely decided I was going to go ahead and compete at adult nationals, which was not great. But I did it. I mean, I got out there and I did it, but I came in last. I didn't do my program the way I wanted to do it. So I'm a little demoralized with that right now. I'm trying to get my knee rehabilitated, and I'm hoping next year I'll be able to skate more, but it just, it's just the way life goes.
Yeah. No, but it's wonderful. It's wonderful you're doing that. I mean,
it's like flying.
It's good for your health, right? Yeah. It's good for your mental health.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I always feel better when I get off the ice.
Yeah.
Even if it hurts, I feel better.
Yeah.
So I'm still doing that. And then,
Yeah, on a different note, I know you're a mother of 2 wonderful children, and do you ever expecting them to be musicians?
No. We tried some stuff early on. It just didn't click. It wasn't for them. I have who's a chef and who's kind of, are very artistic. And so, they do their own things.
Yeah. And then they're grown up now, right?
Just turned 21.
Yay!
Oh, I know. It's crazy. I can't take it.
Yeah. A few years ago, you were in my house, and they were like still look at the Game Boy,
Yeah. Oh, they're still doing that too. Actually, the one, Lucy, she's in South Korea right now.
Oh wow!
Yeah, she's on an 8-week internship working for a gaming company out there. She's finishing.
So she's designing gaming.
Yeah, she's her major is at Champlain College. She's game art and animation.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so do we want to watch another excerpt?
Yeah. Well, let me this is so I have made contacts down here, and I made a contact with a harpist down here, and her name is Joy Slavens, and she's perfectly lovely. And she had never done anything with flute before. And I just kept forcing her hand by emailing her and saying, so when are we going to get together? So we finally got together, and she loved the flute and harp. So then we started doing concerts together. So this piece you're going to hear is we ended up getting a date at a library that was right around St. Patrick's Day. So I said, why don't we do a Celtic and folk program? So this program was like folk music from all around the world. But one of the things I wanted to do was to try out for the first time a gift I'd gotten for Christmas a couple of years earlier. It's called a crystal flute. I'm going to try to hold it so you can see it. Yeah. There.
Oh, okay.
It's really beautiful, and it's
wow.
This particular one is pitched in G.
Is it what? Is it glass or plastic?
It's crystal. Yep. It has like a design of ivy leaves that are.
Oh, okay.
But it's crystal.
Yeah.
So this is Danny Boy on the crystal flute and harp, and it's from this Celtic program we did in March.
Danny Boy, isn't that the famous folk song, right?
All right, so this is at 59 minutes and 40 seconds.
Hold on. Let me see.
39, sorry.
I pulled it out. And then I go
39.
share, and then I go another button, another button, another button now. What is the number?
39, 40.
39, dear. Okay. 39, 40. Okay, close enough.
Oh, perfect.
Cool. Beautiful. Nice.
I love
Yeah.
that. It's like
Yeah.
a different sound. And it just
Mhm. Who made that?
Hall. The company's name is Hall.
Oh, yeah.
They make crystal flutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was thinking actually I have some flutist connections. One is one of my best girlfriend from Indiana University, Susan McGinn. She plays with the Honolulu. She's the principal principal flutist with the Honolulu Symphony. So she will come to New York like in 2 weeks, yeah, to play in the orchestra. And that's my flutist connection. And I actually gave our talk a link to her. She's in Hawaii right now. Then the other connection I have is that I know someone, David Chu. I don't know if you know him. CHU. He lives in Boston area. He makes flute joint, like flute joint. Yeah, he makes fancy flute joint. Sometimes he even makes bamboo flute joint. So maybe someone you may want to know, because it's very interesting. He takes order from professional orchestra, and he handmade everything. Isn't that interesting?
That is. Really
Yeah,
cool.
flute joint. So anyway,
So what else I'm doing down here is I actually am now employed by the Music School of Delaware.
yeah.
Flute lessons. I'm still teaching at the Ridgewood Conservatory up in New Jersey. So I'm doing most of that virtually. I do come up once a month and teach in person. And then the other thing is I do this festival in Ohio every summer, the Lancaster Festival. And I go out for 2 weeks. I've been doing it for more than 30 years.
Oh my goodness.
It's like a mini Spoleto. They have art, dance, music. They have pop. They have classical. And we're doing an all Beethoven concert this year. I'm actually doing the third movement of the violin concerto on with the orchestra. So that's going to be an adventure.
Yeah.
A little bit of rewriting to make it a little more flutistic, but
Yeah. Uh-huh.
it's pretty exciting. I'm going to be doing that. That's in the middle of July, and then we have chamber music. We're doing a Nino Rota quartet for flute, oboe, violin, viola, harp,
Mm.
and some Iber, 2 interludes for violin and harp, and then I'm also playing another concerto, Vivaldi
Wow.
Goldfinch, the first movement of the Goldfinch concerto on one of the other programs. So
Is
that's
it 20th century? 21st
Vivaldi.
century?
Vivaldi.
Oh, Vivaldi.
Yeah. No, not 20th century.
Wow. So
It's the Goldfinch.
you're busy. And
Really.
averagely, how many hours do you practice?
Not enough. I try to get in every day, a couple hours, but it's hard,
Yeah. Yeah.
Life is busy.
I think the discipline of practicing is that I'm glad you do have all these dates because I don't have any performance dates. That's why I'm not practicing.
If you don't have something to work toward,
Yeah.
I have the flute and harp concert this weekend. I have the guys coming down next week. We've got our performance the end of the month in Reno. And then I've got to come back and do all this performing at the Lancaster Festival. And then I go, we have Carnegie coming up. And the best part of all is that I did make a contact down here. There's a performing arts series.
Yeah.
And so I'm bringing New Jersey and Delaware together. Palisades Virtuosi is going to come down and perform here in my new hometown in October, on October 1st, on the Mispillion Performing Arts Center. That's the name of the river that runs through Milford, is the Mispillion River.
Wow.
And we're actually on another river. Our pond that we have outside of our house is actually a tidal pond. And there's a canal that goes out to the Cedar Creek, which I can get in my kayak and go, if I ever have enough time, paddle all the way to the Delaware Bay from my backyard. So.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I see the picture of your new place. It's like you can look over the water from.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm so blessed. I just count my blessings every day.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't wait to come to your July 4th barbecue. Maybe next year. You give the best barbecue party in your house.
We love to have people over, and we love to have company, and it's just, it's fun.
Yeah, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. So I think we are almost at 5 o'clock, and I do a rapid fire with my guests. I was wondering if you want to do it with me. Rapid fire. Fast question, fast answer. Do you have anything else you want to mention? Like shout out other than Carnegie Hall.
The free stream of Gilbert and Sullivan, Sunday, July 26th, 3:00. Go to their website. You can just get an invitation.
Yeah, and you send it to me, okay? Send it to me. I will add it on your description.
It's in your.
It's in, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we just had a new review that came out in the Clarinet magazine for the album that we did the show on last year.
Okay.
And it's a really nice review.
Wow.
Yeah. There's something nice for everybody in that review.
Yeah.
Really,
it's always great. It's always great to have reviews, isn't it? Yeah.
That's posted on our news section on our website. So go to our website, check out the new reviews.
And how many CDs you have done?
I did a collage for my wall in my studio because I wanted to have them all up on the wall.
Yeah.
I released 16 CDs.
Oh my God.
8 with the PV, and then with different groups. Yeah, and myself. Yeah.
Wow. Hey, Shark Fin. My friend Shark Fin just have joined us. He's already very supportive. Can you see people talking like in the chat? Can you see it?
No.
Oh, okay. There's a chat area. Are you on your computer?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you'll see people make. So Shark Fin comes on, always say "Ni hao ma." "Ni hao ma" means "How are you" in Chinese. So anyway, we're almost ending. So so great to have you. And I wanted to tell our guests and people who are watching us now or in the future, and this live will become available very shortly after we finish, and people can watch us. And please subscribe. If you like this conversation, please subscribe our my YouTube channel, which is Juhl Media. I have been doing this a live conversation with my friend and with people who I want to pick their brains out for a year, and I don't know,
Almost.
2 years, for 2 years and 3 months. You are today my episode 184. Yes. So anyway, yeah, please subscribe. And you have a YouTube channel, do you?
Palisades Virtuosi does.
Yeah, Palisade Virtuosi. That's her YouTube channel. So check her out, check her ensemble out, and support chamber music, and support their upcoming Carnegie Hall in November 30th.
We will
right?
be doing some fundraising very soon for this.
Yeah, that's awesome. So okay, time to do rapid fire.
Okay.
Okay, what's your favorite color?
Blue, turquoise.
How about, what is your favorite dish when you go to Chinese restaurant?
I love orange chicken. Orange chicken.
Oh my god, I'm gonna die. And what country would you like to visit next as a leisure?
Oh, too many. I would love to go to Ireland, Scotland. Actually, Scotland and Ireland.
And if you, I know you're very rich, but if you have 25, if you, I know you're rich, spiritually rich. If you win $25 $25 million lottery, what would you do?
First of all, I would probably set up a recording retreat, and try to get the rest of the 95 pieces that we've commissioned onto disc. I would like to record some other things. I'd like to record with my new duo. I think I would like to record. That's what I'd really like to do. And then travel once I get all the recording done.
That's beautiful. Yeah. So now, what is the recent book you read you really like?
I'm in the middle of, I just read the 9th volume of the Outlander series.
Outlander, the television I saw on Netflix?
Yeah, that's from a series of books. They are
really
phenomenal books.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Who wrote that?
It's Diana Gabaldon.
Oh yeah, one person wrote it.
Yeah, she wrote. There's 9 volumes now. The 9th one just came out last year.
What do you mean by volume? One volume is how many books?
One book. You know,
one book is one volume.
Yeah, but they're like 1,000 pages.
Oh my god!
So volume 1 is Outlander.
Is she British?
No, she's American. She lives in Arizona.
Arizona, out of all the places, and she wrote a book about, Irish and Scottish and
phenomenal historian and wonderful imagination and wonderful storyteller. So she wrote 9 volumes of 1,000 pages of this life between these two people and all the people that are surrounding.
You know why I'm so excited about it? I've been watching Outlander like crazy for a while and then stopped, right? And then now I picked it up again. I cannot stop. I could not stop.
The books are where it's at, man. That's really great.
I'm sure the books.
There's so much historical knowledge in there. I mean, there's like the bodice ripper aspect to it, but it's it's the historical and the storytelling. It's incredible. So it takes her years to write one of these books because she does so much research.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So the stories are not only imagining, right? So they are real, and those historical.
Real detail. Like she'll talk about what it's actually like to live in the 17th century and how they make their dye for their clothing, and how they, how they, what they eat, what they make for breakfast, how they cook, how they lived, how they survive. We're so thrilled in this.
I know. And all the, like, she the main character lady, what's her name? Claire. Claire is a nurse. So she, fixed the soldier's wound and stuff like that, and it all looks really real. And you know what happened yesterday? This is not rapid fire anymore, dear. Uh, who cares? Who cares? And yesterday I watched the television. This is a daytime show by Clarkson. The Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah.
She is a television host now,
Okay.
and she is so good.
Okay. I don't know. She's a singer,
No,
right?
she used to be American. American. Wait, maybe
Like,
I'm getting it mixed up. But anyway, it's some kind of talk show, and the no, I'm getting old. I forgot. But anyway, either it's her or is I was watching either her is or what's the other person's name? Very funny. She's very funny. Ellen. But anyway, either Ellen or Clarkson, right? They were interviewing the Outlander's main character, the guy.
Yeah.
I got so excited. What's his name?
Sam Hugan. Yeah.
And he looks so different from the movie.
Yeah.
When I saw him on the talk show, he looks much younger.
My only problem, well, because now it's supposed to be 20 years later, from when they first met. So I don't know how far you are into the series. I don't want to spoil anything. So.
Oh.
But
yeah.
He's supposed to have red hair. I mean, it's supposed to be like fire engine red. So
yeah. Yeah.
Thing with this, he really should have had redder hair. If they're gonna put a wig on him,
Yeah.
Anyways, that's my only thing.
Thank you for mentioning that. Oh my God, don't let me start it. Oh, that's just such a wonderful. But you're reading a book is like reading a score. I am just watching a movie. You are really reading a book, like a script almost. So that's much more authentic. That's much more, I think, down to the core, right? Yeah. Although watching a film, it is different though. It's a different media,
Right.
I mean, the way
Mary says that Kelly Clarkson was on American Idol.
Yeah. Hi, yeah, Mary. Yeah, Kelly Clarkson. Yeah. You know what? She has a talk show in the middle of the day, like 2:00.
I know.
If you have a time, watch her. She is so good.
I don't watch TV.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't watch TV. I watch shows, specific shows that I want to see, and I'll stream them or watch them when I want to watch them.
Yeah. No, I don't really sit there watch. I just have the TV on sometimes, and I realize now recently how good she is because she really has the ability to listen. You can watch her, right? She really listens to her guest. Then she echoes whatever the guest says. Right. I think that is a skill as an interviewer, I think as like why Kelly Clarkson can have a talk show. I mean, there's so many great talk show hosts out there. Why do we have to another one? Yeah. And I figured it out. She's so good. All right. What else? How about I think I'm run out of question. What turns you on when you want to work with someone? Like, what's the quality of people you want to work with?
They're receptive and open. Like if you're making music and somebody says, oh, well, I don't do it that way, then I'm like, okay, well, fine. I don't want to work with you. But okay, well, I've never done it that way. I'll try it. That's a whole different, there's ways to work together and there's ways that don't work.
Right.
I would do that.
Okay. If you have an opportunity to have dinner with 3 persons, dead or alive, which are the 3 people you want to pick?
My dad. I mean, seriously, how do you not want to see your parents again?
Yeah.
I don't know. Holly. I think who else? My grandma. I can't. I. That's what I come on. That's what comes out. I miss that. A long time.
Yeah, I understand. So, what do you see yourself in 5 years?
In Delaware. Still playing, still skating, still teaching, still commuting to New York.
Yeah. Yeah. That's wonderful.
I'm
Wonderful.
very happy with my life where it is.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Great. Great. Say hello to Mike. So what was I gonna say? Oh, last question. Coffee or tea?
Coffee. No question.
Oh, it's funny. Yeah. So we should hook up, when you come to here and let me know and maybe we can have coffee. We have coffee.
We'll go have a coffee.
Yeah. Or margarita. Your margarita is better though. Yeah. Okay, great. Well, I want to thank our guests to be with us, and thank you, Margaret, to chat with
Ask me
me.
about red hair. What about red hair? I have red hair. My brother has red hair. His is white. Mine's dyed. Whatever.
Oh yeah,
You know.
yeah, yeah,
I was not letting go of that.
yeah, yeah. So your red hair is coming from who? Your dad?
Well, you got time for a story? 1 minute.
1 minute.
My parents both had blonde hair, and my brother and I were born with this color hair. And when he was about 8, he came home and he said, "Mommy, Daddy, people ask me why I have red hair and you guys have blonde hair. I don't know why." So Mom said, "Well, the next time somebody asks you that, tell them red and blonde are genetically interchangeable." And so he said, "Okay." So she didn't think about it. About a month later, she said, "So, Donnie, did anyone ever ask you that question?" He said, "Yes." "Did you remember what to say?" And he said, "Yes." And then she said, "Well, what did they say?" He said, "You know what? They didn't have a thing to say." A little 8-year-old going, "Red and blonde are genetically interchangeable." You didn't have a thing to say. You'd be going, "Okay." That's where it came from.
Medically interchangeable. That's
Genetically.
very I don't know, intellectual answer for a young person. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Yeah, Sharkfin says, I watch Kelly's show occasionally. My favorite part is the first few minutes where she sings a cover song of an artist she admires. Yeah, she usually says it. So yeah, Carl Clarkson is a great singer. So I like her a lot. So anyway, yeah. Okay, so hope to see you soon, Margaret. And yeah, thank you so much for coming chat with me, and let's spread this this link to some of our friends after this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All
Yeah.
right. It was
Okay.
see you, Ching, and definitely next time I'm in Manhattan, I'll just give you
Yeah.
and see
Yeah,
you.
please. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Great. So I'm gonna say goodbye to our people first, and thank you guys. Great stream, ladies. Thank you, Shark Princess Gracie. Thank you, everybody, and have a great Wednesday evening or Wednesday morning, whenever you are. Okay, I'm gonna end this